За сайн байна уу?
Сайн байна уу?
Сайн явж байна уу? Сайхан намарчж байна уу? За одоо тэгээд миний ярилцагч хүн маань Борин Батвилыг AD University Institute Associate Professor PhD. Та тэгээд манай үзэгчдэд өөрийгөө бүр илүү дэлгэрэнгүй танилцуулж өгөөч.
За миний нэр Борин Батвилыг гэдэг. Би Associate Professor at the ADA Foresight Institute, and I defended my thesis in molecular biology at the University of California, Los Angeles, and currently I have my own group at the ADA Foresight Institute studying oral microbes and how oral microbes actually impact our lives.
Okay. Та сая Калифорнид гэж хэллээ тий. Тэгэхээр ер нь бол хүүхд цагтаа Америкт хүрэлцэж ирээд тэгээд 10 жил суралцаад тэгээд цаашаа дэгрeenийхээ сургуулиудад явж исэн.
Би 15 тада Монголоос Сан Францискод анх ирээд Сан Францискод 10 жилдээ сураад дуусгаад тэгээд bachelor's degree-гээ Сан Франциско State University-гээс аваад тэндээсээ би UCLA-д очиж докторийн зэрэг хамгаалжсэн. Тэгэхээр California I spent more than half of my life in California.
Okay. Одоо бол Harvard их сургуулийн амны хүндийн сургууль Princeton College зөвшөлдөг юм байна, тийм ээ. Тэгээ судалгааны ажил хийх юм биш үү? Ямар үндсэн дээр та энэ судалгааны ажлыг сонгож авсан тий? Тэгээ ямар сонирхолтой байсан тий? Та тэр тухайгаа нэг ярьж.
Би Монголд 8 дугаар ангид төгсөөд ирсэн. Монголд бол 8 дугаар ангид төгсөөд ирэхэд би Монголд их сурсан юм бол математик, физик тэгээд тиймэрхүү сэдвэрээ их чадaltaй байсан. Америкт ирээд 10 жилд сурахад биологийн анги аваад би үнэхээр my curiosity, my excitement, everything was very evident, and I wanted to study biology. And from there, I started looking at biology. I studied biochemistry first, and then eventually go on to do my PhD in molecular biology, studying biology at the most smallest detailed level possible. And then from there, bacteria was almost a natural choice because bacteria it's amazing. People love looking at space. It's large, it's grand, but bacterial world is small and we just don't know enough. So that's why I wanted to study biology.
За одоо ер нь бол би саяхан нэг мэдээлэл харж илаа л да. Үлдэж болох мэрэгчлүүд дотор биологийн шинжилгээ ухааны хүмүүс бол ер нь бас үлдэж болох юм байна гэдэг сонголт үлдсэн байлаа шүү дээ. Ер нь бол та нарыг бол хүлэн зөвшөөрөх үү? Ер нь судалгааны одоо ажил хийж байхад Америкт тийм одоо бэрхшээл бас байдгүй.
Яг уу левел болгондоо тааруулаад бэрхшээлүүд нь ондоо ихэнхдээ бол budget, the funding is the biggest, and then the secondary, once you have the budget, I think the most difficult thing is the technical actual challenges of solving hard problems. Some problems are almost impossible to solve unless you have new technology, new tools that you develop. So those are, I think, probably the main challenges. And of course, once you become a PI, principal investigator, and running your own lab, of course, as a principal investigator, you do everything on your own. In the beginning, I hadn't hired any person, so I had to become the technician, the student, the PI, the manager. I had to become the salesperson who actually go out there and make deals with companies so I can buy supplies to my lab cheaper, right? So those were the initial challenges.
Тэгэхээр энэ таны own lab юм уу те? Би таны дээр ихтгэл дээр харсан дээр булан дээр Bor's lab гэдэг бичсэн чинь бас тийм хүмүүсийг hire хийгээд те ажиллаулдаг юм. Тэгэхээр бас эрдэмтэн хүний ер нь өдрийн ажил ер нь яаж явагддаг? Өдөртөө ер нь яг юу хийгддэг? Засуу цаг бол одоо судалгаагаа явуулаад байна. Бас яг давхар дараагийн асуултыг асуучих. Та ажиллаа хийгээгүй үедээ ер нь яаж амардаг?
Ихэнхдээ яг ихэнх цаг маань одоо бол унших, юмыг understand. So understand the research field as a global thing. I have to be staying on front of the line where everything is happening. New research is coming out, new publications coming out, especially in my field. So new techniques, tools that's coming out. those are the things I need to daily read and understand and implement into my research. So that's majority of my work go. The other half, I would say, is managing people is probably the second most time that I spend with, because a lot of the times the people who are working with, they are just coming into science. They don't know a lot about science, as well as I have to train them in the technical skills, but I also have to train my people in life skills a lot of the times, so that when they leave my lab, they have to be competent and they have to be able to survive and able to do their best. So that's kind of the two major things I spend most of my time.
Сая хэллээтэй чи өөрийнхөө хүмүүст life skill болгодог гэлээ те. Та ээж аваад нь залуучуудад те. Тэр life skill-ийг хүүхд ах үеэс нь яаж суулгах юм?
So I would say the biggest thing help them with is their curiosity and let them follow that curiosity. But that doesn't mean you don't push them to not train. So the biggest things they should be getting is skills, how to solve
Any
problems.
skills,
Any
right?
skills, including how to solve problems. That's usually the biggest. And that's why engineers are, paid well, do well, and so on, because engineering skills actually teach you how to solve a problem with the given amount of resource you have. And that's the same with the students I train. I love to tell them and say, think outside the box. What does that mean? Well, you have to think beyond, one step beyond what is already known. That is thinking outside the box. That's it. And
Needs to think more wide.
more widely, but also think beyond. Don't be lazy. Don't just take what already been given to you and what other people already done and just try to do that. But try to think one step beyond. Just one step. Don't need to be multiple steps. If you can, of course, think multiple steps beyond. But in the beginning, just think one step, question everything, and then think one step beyond. Because when you do that, then your brain started to really fire up and say, okay, how do I solve this problem? And when you use the minimal resources to solve problems, then everything becomes easy.
Probably you agreed or not, I'm not sure. Mostly parents enough for support for kids, just only support for computer or some money or something, right? And then they thought, oh, it's enough. I already supported. Yeah, it's true.
To a certain extent, right? It's a hard thing to actually navigate. So for example, working with trainees, these are adult people, it's a bit easier. I actually recently had my first kid, so working with him is completely different, right? He's obviously at a very early stage. So how do I make him think outside the box? And a lot of the times, the way I try to think about it is experience. Give them experience. Give them something to do. Not tell them what to do, but give them experience that, and then let them solve that. And then when they solve it, take that and then take it to the next step. And that's when they're, same thing with my trainees. If they come with a problem, I always say, I kind of have an idea how they should go about solving it. But I always say, how about you go read this paper or talk to this person, so then they go and try to solve the problem on their own. And a lot of the times they surprise you. They come with something completely different. And, a lot of the times better than how I was thinking, right, in the beginning.
Right. Okay. Энийг бол одоо ээж аваад хүүхдээ сонссон баг тий. Таны энэ судалгааны бүр хамгийн чухал хэсэг нь та яг аль нь гэж бодож байна? Хамгийн чухал.
I think the biggest part of what I'm doing is pushing the edge of knowledge. That's how I will put it. Because we are getting into territory, essentially nobody has any idea what this is, or the organism I'm looking at, what did they do? Why are they in us and on us? Why are they part of human microbiome? So human bacteria that lives on human is now known as an unknown organ, because they are there, but we just never studied them at the depth that we should have. So I will say the most important part of our knowledge is gaining additional knowledge that wasn't there before, and hopefully maybe not in my lifetime, but in the future, somebody who actually looks at what we're doing and say, oh wow, this is something I can take and maybe understand further, or so on. So that's kind of the biggest thing I would say we're adding.
Yeah, there's a left or future for researchers. You give them some base, right?
Right.
All right. And одоо таны бодлоор заяа ирээдүйд одоо энэ салбар хэрхэн ингэж өөрчлөгдөх бол ихэвчлэн бид нар ингэж ярьдаг шүү дээ. Энэ амны хөндийн хүчлээс болоод баг бүх өвч ингэж биений өвчин гардаг гэж ярьдаг шүү дээ. Тэрийг одоо багасгах ч юм уу, зогсоох ч юм уу, тийм өөрчлөгдөх юм байна уу? Тэ?
Oh. So it's interesting you ask that question because we studied for a long time that the oral microbes are connected to all these systemic diseases in the rest of the human body, right? But the issue was we never actually studied that or promoted to study that. It's amazing. So if you go to NIH, which is the biggest US funder in terms of human health, they don't have they have a oral specific funding agency in IDCR. They have a cancer specific funding. They have this body part, all separated up, and those diseases are studied there. But if we say, I want to study oral bacteria that may end up in another systemic disease, a lot of the institutes don't fund that connection. It's now actually they're slowly learning that and say, we need to do this because they are connected to the oral bacteria.
Must be combined.
Yeah, combined research, or even just oral microbiologists or oral periodontists looking at rest of the body or the connections, right? They used to not fund those things. So if there is no funding, then it becomes very hard for people to study. People do try to study with the funds they have. My lab, for example, will take a lot of the funding that was given to study oral bacteria and then look at them in different environments. And some of those can be in different parts of the disease, right? So body. So,
таны сая ихтгэл дээр нөө TM7 TM7 гэдэг нэг бактери тийм. Гэхдээ энэ бактери бол шинэ биш гэж би ойлгосон. 100 мянган гаруй жилийн өмнөөс одоо байсан хүний нөгөө чулуутсан одоо яснаас тийм шүдний яснаас тэр бактерийг олсон гэдэг тийм. Тэгээ бүх бактерийг муу гэж хамдах бодож исэн бол үгүй юм энэ бол илүү сайн ашигтай бактери юм байна. Уйлны өрөвслийг одоо эмчлэхэд тийм одоо хамгаалах гэж хэлэх юм байна гэдэг одоо би өөрөө тийм анагаахын хүн биш учраас дээрээс нь та бол илтгэл англи дээр тавьсан. Зарим үг бол hard to understand гэсэн тийм. Үнэхээр тэр ашигтай бактери юм бол тэр эзэн бактери дээрээ суудсан давхар байж идэг бол тэрийг садгаж аваад илүү ургуулж өсгөөд тэгээд бусад тэр муу бактериудаа одоо устгах, дарангуйлах тийм гэж ийм одоо юу та тийм хийгдэж байгаа гэж тийм. Тэгэхээр тэр талаар та хариулаач.
Yes. So these are possibilities. There is such thing as phage therapy. So phage is a bacterial virus that people are now using to actually kill bacteria, right? So this particular small bacteria that can grow on other bacteria, and then these target bacteria could be a pathogen. So we can use it as a tool to actually kill this other bacteria. But it's not that simple. So that's why we need to keep studying these, and more people need to study this beyond me and myself, right? Is because these bacteria go and bind and kill very specific bacteria, but also they can live with that bacteria for a long time in symbiosis. So we really need to understand all of those at the molecular detail. What protein actually goes and binds what protein. If we can do that, then we'll be really able to apply this. And maybe we don't even need to use the whole bacteria for therapy in the future. We can have a very specific enzyme or adhesion or any kind of protein from the bacteria that can be isolated out and used directly to actually go and kill pathogens or modulate pathogens. You don't have to kill them, but modulate them. So that's why we need to have more molecular level understanding, and that's kind of what my lab is doing and pushing the boundaries of understanding this.
Тэгвэл тэгвэл тэр TM7 чинь зөвхөн ам дотор байжсэн ингээд яваад гэдээс арьс тий бас эмэгтэйчүүдийн өрөвсөлд бас энэ TM7 бас байж байгаа гэдэг. Тэгэхээр ингээд дамжиж яваад байгаа юм уу? Тусдаа ер нь хүний биед байж байгаа юм.
Яг одоогоор бол аманд
байгаад.
TM7 бол хүний аманд амьдэрдэг гэдэг нь бол мэдэгдэж байгаа. Бус body part-ууд яг юу ийм яадын тэнд яг
Судлаг байна тийм.
амьдрд юм уу эсвэл зүгээр ингээд transient те pass through болт юм уу?
Одоохондоо мэдэхгүй байна шүү дээ тий. За их сонирхолтой. Тэгэхээр залуу судлаачдад те бас яг ямар зөвлөгөө өгмөр өөрийнхөө зүгээс одоо судалгаа эхлэх гэж байгаа, сонирхож байгаа, судалж байгаа судлаач залуучуудад.
Миний зүгээс бол хэлэх зүйл бол take risks early in your life. Bigger the risk you take, the earlier the better it is. Because if you fail, then you have ways to actually, mitigate with that eventually. But of course, do that, take risks, and go after things that you think you can solve and change the world. But you just don't go out and do that. Do your research. So this is the hard part comes in. Put in the time. Everything is becoming short span, but you have to read the books. You have to go out and talk to the people. You have to understand the field fully to understand what really is a field that's growing. So I always like to say, get in the elevator that's going up, not going down. And to see that, you have to put in the work to understand that field and say, this field is expanding. This is going to become even more. Some fields are more easier than others. For example, like AI is, we know it's going to expand, and we know it's going to keep going. So that's kind of an elevator that's going up. But you may not have the skills, or you may not have the degree, or you may not have the tool sets to do that, right? So then, in your own field, what is different and what is going on? You need to learn that.
Ер нь бол гол point нь риск хийхээс алдаа хийхээс битээ айлгдаг шүү дээ. За ингээд ийм сайхан залуу эрдэмтдээ ярилцсан суух таатай байлаа. Тэгээд их баярлалаа. Цаашдынхан эрдэм шинжилгээний ажилд нь улам их амжилт хүсье. Бас амьдралд нь сайн сайхны хүсье. Баярлалаа. Тийм дараач дахиад ирж оролцоорой.